Hi, my name is Amanda and welcome to Soulcare. I created this YouTube channel because I really want us as a collective to put that focus back on ourselves and to really work on ourselves again. Every day we are so focused on building everybody else up in our lives, whether that's our families, whether that is our businesses, even our employers' businesses. And I think it's really important to focus on self-care and building ourselves back up again. I think that's why, as a generation, we're struggling with so much burnout in today's day and age. And it's because I think that we're not really focused on ourselves anymore. We're taught that we shouldn't focus on ourselves. At least that's been my experience, and it's something that I struggle with, and that's another reason why I wanted to create this channel. I really want to take responsibility for my own self-care, and I thought that I could share what works for me along the way, and we can grow together. So, a little about me. As I said, my name is Amanda. I have always been interested in tarot and witchcraft and astrology. However, I was raised Roman Catholic, so for me, getting into tarot and oracle has been something that I was afraid of. I know it sounds really silly, but I developed an interest in astrology pretty early on in my life. I started researching astrology as a child, and then it's something that I did on and off throughout the years. And then as I got older, I was more open to tarot. However, I wasn't sure if learning all about tarot and the structure of tarot was an investment and a commitment that I wanted to make in my life for so long, until about 2019, I would say. I went through a very difficult miscarriage, and I picked up tarot around the time of my miscarriage. And I'm so thankful that I did, because it has had such a profound impact on my life. And it's really changed me, and it's changed how I look at things. It's even changed how I look at the world. And it's helped me stay accountable for myself, for my actions, for my behavior. It's helped me realize my limiting beliefs. It's helped me really open my mind, and it really is a tool that I like to use for self-reflection. So I thought we could start off today by going over some of the fundamental decks that I have in my collection. And I want to start off with actually the first tarot deck that I purchased. So that was, and I'm sure a lot of you have this deck, it's the Wild Unknown Tarot, and it's by Kim Kranz. So I picked up this deck, like I said, it was the very first deck that I picked up, and it was very challenging for me to read at first. So I ended up putting this away for a bit, and I picked up, I think it was the Light Seers Tarot. I still have that deck. It's one of my favorite decks, and I use that to learn tarot. But I came back to this when I was ready to really deal with the grief that I was experiencing from my miscarriage. And honestly, this deck, it really helped me through that really dark period in my life. And I just have such a love for this deck ever since I used it for that. And this is a deck that I turn to at those moments in my life that I really need to hash something out. I need to go pretty deep into my subconscious, and I really need to face my fears. This is that deck for me. And it has incredibly powerful messages. I just used it actually not too long ago to start doing some inner child work. Sorry, I'm just shuffling the deck. I can't help but shuffle the decks when I'm holding them. But anyway, that is the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Krans. So another deck that I have here, this is new to my collection. It's the Horror Tarot. And this is the artwork's by Abigail Larson. And I know a lot of people struggle with some of the cards in this deck. Completely understandable. Some of them are a little tricky to read, but I connected with this deck so quickly. And again, it was during a pretty pivotal period in my life. And it's helped me understand some of the fears and anxieties that I have basically since having a child. I am a mom, by the way. She is a little over a year now, and that has been I'm a new mom. She's my first, so it's been definitely a learning experience. You might hear her in the background. I did just put her down for a nap, and she does like to mumble as she's falling asleep. But this deck is interesting because when a card comes out upright, it's the reversed meaning for me and vice versa. So I've never had a deck like that in my collection. But this one really likes to be read that way for me, at least. And I thought, since so many people do kind of struggle with the deck, I thought maybe I could do a dedicated video about what some of the cards mean to me when they show up for me. But yeah, that's the Horror Tarot. So the next deck that I've been really enjoying, this one is new to my collection as well. I got most of these decks for my birthday, which was last month. So this deck is the Orion's Animal Tarot. It's by Ambi Sun. So this deck is excellent at... It basically can pick up on anything that I'm currently experiencing that day. Like there was one time I pulled the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords to me, it's a reminder that sometimes you have to be deceptive in your life in order to protect yourself or someone else. My husband doesn't really believe in tarot. It's not really something that I talk about with him a lot. And we had a conversation, well, he brought up a conversation where he was talking about something that was basically what I just mentioned, how sometimes you need to hide something or cover something up or even be deceptive in order to protect yourself. And I don't want to get too specific about the situation, but he was talking about somebody that had gone missing because of something that she had talked about. So that's the Orion's Animal Tarot. So the last deck that I want to speak about before we move on to the books is the Lantern Oracle. So I purchased this quite a while ago, and I use this deck to do inner child work and shadow work, and it is something that I am working with now. I started working with Hecate, the Greek goddess Hecate, and I find that this deck really connects in with her energy to me when I do shadow work. Sorry, not the last deck. I have one more here. So this is new to my collection. So this is the Botanical Oracle from the Strange Women. So this deck comes in this lovely dark green box. This is my only indie deck at the moment. And I use this deck with Hecate. I actually dedicated it to basically receive messages from her. And I'm currently using it to learn about the different flowers that are pictured in the cards, as well as some of the witchcraft symbols that do pop up in the cards. And I love this. I love the look of the artwork. It's very beautiful. It's very witchy. And it really taps into Hecate's energy for me. And I just love pulling a card at the end of my day, and I know it's a message from Hecate. One of the books that I did pick up that I want to talk about, as I said, I just started working with Hecate, so I did pick up the Entering Hecate's Garden by Cindy Brannon. And this book has been so incredibly profound. She also has a YouTube channel, Cindy Brannon, the author of this book, and I find her information, out of all the other sources that I found online, I find her information resonates the best so far, to me at least, at this point in my life. And she has recipes in here, rituals. She talks a lot about the different plant spirits in Plant Spirit Witchcraft, which is a witchcraft that I'm currently researching and I'm interested in. And this book has, like I said, it's been probably one of the core aspects of my spiritual practice at the moment. So I have some other books that I'm currently working with, but I don't think I'm going to talk about them just yet because they are new. I'm still learning how to work with them. So that will be a future video to come. However, I did want to thank you if you stumbled across this video and you decided to stay. And subscribe if you like the sound of what I want to bring to this channel, the kind of content that I want to create, if that really resonates with you. Maybe you're going through a similar situation to me and you're finding it difficult to really, spend time on yourself. Maybe that's something that we can do together. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.